Hi, I'm Misty. For those of you who don't know me, I have been, I'm the curator for Manifesting Lab, and I've been practicing law of attraction for more than 15 years, probably more than 20, but why date myself? I started this alignment series last year for a very simple reason. I noticed I was better at keeping commitments to others than to myself. So I made a quiet deal. If I practice these tools with the intention of teaching them or sharing them, then I knew I would show up more fully. I hope that makes sense. And that's kind of exactly what happened. Learning for the sake of sharing and helping y'all made me stay true to the practices and do walk my talk. So, as always, I thank you for letting me share my practice with you. Today is the fun one. Main character energy, your life, your voice, your frequency. Main character energy is not ego. It's not attention. It's not performance. It's intention. Today isn't about becoming louder. It's about becoming deliberate. It's about being the lead in your own story on purpose. Main character energy is choosing who you are and living from that identity consistently. That's what we're going to talk about. You've learned the tools to manifestation. I actually have tools in here that you do, but lofty questions, affirmations, sound frequency. You've learned all of the tools for manifestation. But tonight isn't about adding another tool to your toolbox. It's about who you are when these tools stick. This is the identity layer beneath manifestation. I love this movie. It's actually part of my Christmas lineup, but I watch it anytime during the year. Whenever it comes on, I watch it. I watch it, but why don't you listen?
In the movies, we have leading ladies and we have the best friend. I can tell, are leading lady, but for some reason, you're behaving like the best friend.
You're so right. You're supposed to be the leading lady of your own life, for God's sake.
And she's absolutely right. You're supposed to be the leading lady of your own life or the leading person of your own life. That line resonates because it exposes something subtle, not weakness, misalignment. Your desires are not random. They are invitations. And sometimes those desires expand faster than your identity. Actually, who am I kidding? Most times those desires expand faster than your identity. But when that happens, you feel friction, to say the least. Not because you're incapable, but because identity precedes experience. In other words, you don't manifest what you want, you manifest who you are. So when desires expand, your identities must, if you don't want to drive yourself crazy, must expand to match it. Main character energy is embodying the identity that matches your desire on purpose. So let me ask you, where has your desire expanded faster than your identity? Think about it. Maybe it's your desire to be visible out there, but you're still moving really cautiously. Maybe it's your desire to live a life of ease, but you're still operating under urgency and chaotic on that. Or maybe it's your desire for expansion into something different, but you find yourself defaulting to familiarity, back to the same status quo. Understand this gap is not failure. I want you to look at it as an invitation. Think about it. When identity lags behind desire, something just feels off, correct? It doesn't look that dramatic. It's not, it's subtle. Once again, there are signals, and I want to help you recognize them. Reaction mode. That's, life feels urgent. Yes, but that's responding to life instead of creating it. Or even comparison mode. I've done this one where you're measuring your worth against someone else's story. Why would you do that to yourself? You're making your life feel insignificant, insufficient. Background mode, playing it small, staying quiet, going unnoticed. Hmm. Yeah. Life feels small when you do that, doesn't it? Waiting mode, postponing your life until conditions are perfect. I had a boss that used to say, do not let perfection get in the way of progress. Do all of these sound familiar? Yeah, they should. Hmm. There are three expansion pathways that you already have. Life, what you decide. Voice, what you declare. Frequency, what you radiate. Life is decide the new identity, speak the voice, speak the new identity. Frequency, regulate into the new identity. I'll explain that one a little bit more. You may not be able to control everything in your life, but these three things, you can control these three things. And when these are in alignment, that's the good stuff. That's where main character energy lives. So life, decide as a new identity, what you decide. Main characters don't drift. Well, they don't drift consistently, but they don't drift. They decide. It's as simple and as complicated as that. You decide. I know you felt it when you've decided to do something and then all of a sudden everything just seems to light up because that you made that decision that this was going to happen from there. What decisions are you ready to make? Think about them. Main character energy begins when you stop postponing who you are. Let's talk about voice. Voice, what you declare. Voice speaks as the new identity, speak as a new identity. We've talked about this before, how affirmations convince when you believe them. When you don't, your brain screams BS. It's because your brain is protecting your sense of self. It won't let you, it won't let you believe something that you, it won't let you believe something that you don't really truly believe on that, which is why questions awaken. So instead of forcing something like I am confident, which you may or may not agree with, believe, ask, why am I so comfortable being seen as myself? Why do I feel so at home in who I'm becoming? Now your brain is searching for proof. That's identity expansion. That's what I mean when I say main character energy through your voice. Frequency. This is what you radiate. You're regulating into a new identity. Your nervous system will protect what's familiar to you, even if it's not good for you. Even if familiarity feels small, it's playing it small. Expansion is it feels uncomfortable from that. Like most people, what do they say? The only people who like change are babies who are with a wet diaper or something like that. I can never remember that. But expansion feels uncomfortable, change feels uncomfortable, and that isn't sabotage, that's just biology. So what do we do about that? We have to regulate, then we can choose the expansion. So main character energy, that's main character energy in your body when you're choosing the expansion, when you're regulating. Let me show you how to do it right quick. Box breathing. And I think you guys are familiar with this. It was real popular. It's still real popular, the breathing on that. I am convinced that breathing is our superpower, legitimately. Everything we starts with a great inhale, exhale, and just release. So I'm gonna I'm gonna do 4 rounds with you on this one. I'm gonna guide you through box breathing here. What you're going to do is you're going to inhale for 4. You're going to hold for 4. Exhale for 4, and then hold for 4 again. So they're going to do 4 rounds of this, and I'll guide you. So all you have to do is do the breathing. I'll count out for us on there. I'll do the beats. So let's get started. Deep breath in. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Exhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Last one. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Nice. Now, ask yourself quietly, if nothing changed for a year, would your current identity produce the life you will say you want? Would it? Hmm. The beautiful thing is, identity can expand gently, intentionally, consistently. You can fully embrace your main character energy. So ask again a different way. As the main character in my story, what would I choose today? What would you choose? Choose it. Desire is the invitation. Identity is the decision. Main character energy is the embodiment. You don't manifest what you want. You manifest who you are. So the real question isn't, what do I want? The real question is, who am I willing to be? As always, guys, thank you for being here with me today. There's so many powerful tools that we can use to keep doing this work. I would like to invite you to do it live with me. Join me on the 11th of each month at 7:30 Eastern for group manifestation where we practice this all together and we do our alignment together. Now, as always, thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Y'all have a good one, okay?